Alright guys, welcome back to my channel. I hope you are all having a good day. Today, I have a horror/mythology battle. It's gonna be the Headless Horseman from Sleepy Hollow, the movie and the myth, versus Pumpkinhead from his own movie series, his own movie franchise, and his tie-in comics. If y'all like videos like this, please hit the like button and drop a few comments down there. It really helps me out to know that y'all enjoy these battles, because they're my passion, and I just want to make sure that I'm pushing good content out there for y'all. And with that, let's begin. Strength. Due to his supernatural status, the Headless Horseman is physically supernatural, superhuman in strength. He can casually ragdoll and manhandle grown men with one hand. With his sword, he can dismember people with absolute no effort at all, and he can cut large trees in half with a single swing of his sword. Speed. The Headless Horseman is supernaturally fast, on the ground and on his horse. There's statements that he can run as fast as the fastest winds, and can dodge like gunfire from muskets. Durability. Due to being a spirit driven by vengeance and being undead, the Headless Horseman is impervious to most forms of physical damage. He can casually power through, if not ignore, musket gunfire, slashes and stabs, blunt force trauma. He cannot be killed by decapitation due to literally being having a pumpkin for a head. The only real discernible weakness of the Horseman is being unable to cross over a holy bridge. Doing so will result in him bursting into flames and falling to ashes. Though the way he can be defeated varies a lot through the movies and through the mythology, but it says that he cannot cross over running water or a holy bridge. That's a discernible weakness for him. Intelligence. Before becoming supernatural, the Horseman was a former soldier that fought in one of the battles of the Revolutionary War in America. More specifically, the Battle of White Plains, showing that he has former combat training and prowess as a very smart fighter. Skill-wise, due to his combat experience as a former soldier, he is quite skilled in combat, especially melee weapons with his sword and close quarters fighting. He's really good on horseback. Hits the name, like he's really good with a horseback combat. Hacks and gear. The Horseman is supernatural and has supernatural abilities consisting of being able to create his horse. He can conjure a sword and his jack-o'-lantern head, which he can set people on fire with just by touching it. And if one is created, he can pretty much just spam and create new ones at will. He's a ghost driven by rage and vengeance, and will roam the woods in and around Sleepy Hollow, searching for his missing head, which he will never find, and will be stuck in an endless quest. Strength. Due to its demonic nature, Pumpkinhead is strong enough to casually rip people apart with no effort at all. He can rip through and crumple cars like beer cans. He can break and rip apart chunks of houses and buildings. And he can physically go toe-to-toe with other demons of his same physicality and prowess. Speed. Pumpkinhead is the definition of a monster that walks slow, menacingly. He's not known for speed at all. Instead, he slowly tracks down his victims, taking his time. Though he is deceptively agile and should not be really slept on, because he can surprise you if he needs to. Durability. Pumpkinhead can take gunfire from shotguns and high-grade assault rifles, and pretty much shrug them off. He's tanked point-blank massive explosions. He also has a good healing factor, seeing when he was shot in the eye and regenerated in just seconds. He's had acid vomit sprayed on him, and this melt all the way down to the bone, and he healed pretty much in seconds. Pumpkinhead is deceptively intelligent. He's an expert hunter and tracker. His intelligence is vaguely human-like basic human intelligence, if not a little bit higher. Skill. He's a pure brawler, using his physicality and ferocity to overpower and kill his opponents by just sheer brutal physicality, pretty much. Hacks and gear. He's equipped with his massive teeth and claws. He has a tail which he can use to ensnare. His high-grade healing factor. Pumpkinhead is a demon of vengeance, who, if summoned, is practically unstoppable as long as the person who summons him remains alive. Once the summoner chose to die, is taken care of and killed, he will take the person who summoned him by either killing them or dragging them down to hell with him as he awaits to be summoned again. A gust of wind goes through the dead trees of Sleepy Hollow. The distant sounds of galloping reverberates around the cold, dark woods. Atop his horse, the Headless Horseman is on the move again, restlessly searching for his missing head. A massive hand bursts from the ground as something begins to emerge from the depths of hell itself. Pumpkinhead has been summoned, and he will not be leaving alone. The horseman tugs on the rope, bringing the horse to a stop. As a flash of lightning reveals the demon standing 100 yards away from the horseman. The horse rears as its rider unleashes a soul-chilling laugh of pure malice. The monster roars at its newfound enemy as both charge. The horseman conjures a sword out of midair and slashes at the monster's head. Pumpkinhead puts up its arm to block the attack. Ignoring the weapon that is now lodged in his arm, the monster uses its tail to knock the horseman off its horse, sending him flying into a tree hard enough to splinter it in half. Momentarily stunned, the horseman is then grabbed by the head and slammed several times on the ground, until being flung into the air. The horseman gets his bearings and lands on his feet. As he begins to heal his 2 broken ribs and a shattered leg, he conjures a sword again. Getting close, the horseman repeatedly slashes the monster with expert-like precision, dodging the monster's brutal slashes. The horseman then slashes off one of the monster's hands and finishes with a stab through the side. Pumpkinhead recoils as he quickly regenerates his missing hand and charges again. The horseman jumps atop his horse and dashes off as the monster rips through the woods in pursuit. The horseman then suddenly leaps off his horse and throws his sword down at the monster's head. Pumpkinhead staggers as the sword is embedded through its skull. The horseman uses the momentum to knock the monster to its side. The horseman then lifts its sword into the air, but a hand then flies through his chest, and then another one through his sternum as he lifts it off the air. The horseman is ripped in half and thrown to the ground. Pumpkinhead begins to turn to walk away until the neck of the monster starts pouring blood as its head slowly slides off and falls to the ground. Conclusion. Strength, edge to Pumpkinhead by a decent margin. Speed, edge to the Horseman by a decent margin. Durability, Pumpkinhead takes a slight edge here. Intelligence and skill go to the Horseman by a decent margin. Hexing gear, I see the tie. So, honestly, I went back and forth in my head for a long time on who I think would win this fight. Now I've come to the conclusion that, in my opinion, I think it's a tie. Neither one would really have the means to put the other one down when they're like, once Pumpkinhead is summoned, and I don't see the Horseman being able to really effectively put Pumpkinhead down. Just like I don't think Pumpkinhead can put the Horseman down either, because they can just, like, just get back up. Because, like, the Horseman hasn't really shown to be able to be killed just by brute force, and neither aside from Pumpkinhead, without just being summoned again. So I mean, advantages: strength and durability go to Pumpkinhead. Headless Horseman takes the edge in speed, intelligence, and skill, and both are tied in hacks and gear. Yeah, honestly, I think this one's a tie, a 50-50 toss-up, really. Who do I favor more as a character? I like the Horseman better as a character, but I see this as a tie going down. Y'all let me know who you think wins this fight. I'm not gonna call it. I think it's that close. So I hope y'all enjoyed that battle, and y'all have a good day, and I will see y'all later.